So Rikard, thanks for being here. Thanks for your time.
My pleasure.
First of all, let's talk about the Octaves album, DFS. What particularly appealed you about the idea of the album?
I thought it was an exciting project to try to capture something that's completely different on solo piano. It's I haven't listened that much to the files, but I soon discovered that there's plenty of melodies, and they're quite simple, some of them, and that's the idea was great, but I didn't know the music. The idea turned out to be really good because I found something that really talked to me. And in a way, I think I managed to make it a Swedish folk song, kind of melancholy. That's the melody I heard, but it doesn't, of course, sound like the original. But the melody is intact, but changes. Yeah, it turned out to be a great idea.
Thank you. How did you come up with the selection of songs?
For the Octaves album, I done one song only. Well, I listened to a couple of songs. I had some ideas, but there was one melody that felt like it was something I could do myself almost. In a favorite key, I think also I heard it straight away that this is something that could, a melody that can stand for itself is obviously suitable for piano. You don't need a beat, you don't need a bass, you don't need the vocals or anything, ambience. You can just play the melody on piano, and it was that was just an easy selection. I didn't have many. In the end, I didn't have many to choose from. It was that one I heard, and if I remember correctly, others were interested in that song also. But I was fortunate to do it, and I really like it.
Away from this work for your future projects?
I don't do many covers, but in a way this has opened my mind for it has given me a lot of more options, of course, because one thing is to get inspiration from other artists and other tunes, music, songs, but also make covers from in a way impossible songs is quite interesting also. So the big thing about it is to cooperate with the fast, to cooperate with the label and everything. It has given me a lot of new friends also, musician friends, and it's all in all a great new discovery and project for me to be part of. So hopefully I can do similar things, because it turned out to be rewarding. It turned out to be really rewarding. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, so this is it. The new album. The piano versions of the Faz. I have the great honor to be #1 on the A side, but there's a lot more goodies on this album. I'm thrilled to be part of it. It's a great pleasure. And it happens to be a picture from one of my own photo sessions in Umeå that made the cover. And I was sure to tell the photographer and give him a copy.
We have some copies in the car, so
refill it.
Refill your bed.
The bag is that's I really love it. it's a great vinyl.
Thank you. Yeah, the main question: why a Christmas? So
Well, it is a good question, and it wasn't one of my first choices, but all of this started with the connection with Dirk, of course. And I'm used to doing everything myself. I'm a DIY artist, and I thought sometimes, about the Christmas thing. It's a big business, of course, with Christmas things. But then when Dirk and I started talking, I felt, well, maybe I could do it on my own terms. So what I've done is I've chosen a couple of songs that is not too mainstream or too big. They're classics in a way, and they're suitable for the small format, upright felted piano. And I try to be as traditional as I can, and the recording is made so when you put it on, you should feel like I'm in the room. It's no distant piano. The sound is inside the piano. It should feel like you're inside my upright piano in Umeå. Well, and then I tried it and I liked it. I think it's a good compilation.
there are also some traditional Swedish Christmas songs.
Yeah.
Is it a big thing in Sweden, or is it...
Well, Christmas is as big in Sweden as anywhere else, but I think we're a bit of a pop country as well. So the traditional stuff is in a way overlooked. It's still present in choir music, It's very popular to sing those songs at Lucia, the 13th of December, as such. But they're great melodies, and it's a shame they're just affiliated to Christmas. I mean, they're great melodies and great songs that, in a way, should be sung year round, but they tend to have kind of a specific lyric to it. But that's the best part with an instrumental Christmas album. If you like the melody, it doesn't need to be. I mean, you can decide for yourself if it's a Christmas song. If you can listen to it all year round. If it's a good song, if it's great recorded, great played, I hope I ticked all those boxes.
One question has nothing to do with music.
Yeah.
That's more personal.
Yeah.
What do you... one question.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with music. More personal. What do you and your family plan for Christmas?
Christmas.
Some typical Umeå things. Or?
No. We have a tradition, and that's not to be traditional. We don't have much. We don't do certain things in a certain way. I think the main part is my mother died 10 years ago, and she was quite traditional. But since her death, we tend to just keep it simple. I think that's what we do. And my wife has a work that sometimes I think she works on Christmas this year. So that makes it kind of, we tend to do it in another way. So Christmas, we have Christmas, of course, but we don't get to have that, that feeling from early morning and rest of the day. But we tend to cherish it in our way. Not particularly do the classic Christmas food, but it's all about being together. So we try to do that as much as we can. Yeah, that's our Christmas.
One last question.
Yeah.
Umeå.
Yeah.
Is it the correct spelling for?
Well, it's a it's a dot over the A, so the O. Umeå. Yeah. O.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will learn it from this. Umeå is known for its alternative music scene.
Yeah.
I read a lot of metal music and
so of course. Yeah.
So you as a jazz musician, how do you see yourself between this metal, hardcore, punk, and jazz music? So
for me, music has never been about choice. I don't think for any of the others. You find something you like. There's a lot of. I cannot really explain Umeå's wonder of musicians, because I went to school with some of the Meshuggah guys, for example. I'm the same age as the singer in Refused. We met a couple of times. I played in an Irish, aggressive Irish folk band and played accordion on the early days. So I think music finds you in a way, and for me as a keyboard player, I didn't have the options the guitar players had, because, and I've always been fascinated in the simplicity, I'm not trained piano player. I'm an organ player. I play Hammond organ. So I've learned piano the other way around. And for a keyboard player, you get different gigs from guitar players. But all of a sudden, I got fascinated with Nat King Cole and Jimmy Smith, if you know the Hammond organ player. Jan Johansson, a classical Swedish jazz pianist. He made jazz, Swedish jazz, Russian jazz. He made a couple of. He written a lot of songs for Astrid Lindgren, Pippi, Emil, those kind of. And the Swedish folk jazz thing in the 60s was all about that simplicity. We had some wonderful sax players as well that played. You can hear they are extremely talented, but choose to play simple. It's not, the jazz people are afraid of, when it happens all the time and you don't understand shit. But jazz can be simple. Jazz can be just plain beautiful. And that's my take on the piano also. I play simple melodies, but there's always a bit of uncertainty in it, because the melody isn't the same every time. The songs that are out on Spotify just happen to be like that evening or that day. But I will not play it exactly the same, and that you will hear when you listen.
So there's also another last question.
Yeah, keep them coming. Yeah.
There's also one big next thing coming after the Christmas album. There's album called One Night in Umeå.
One Night in Umeå. Yeah. Well, it's well connected to the Christmas album, because that night in Umeå was something I never experienced before. I had a couple of songs. I had the Christmas album also to record, and I found myself in a strange state. When everything I made on the piano, everything I played on the piano that night was exactly as I intended it to be. So I ended up with recording 16 songs. And it turned out to be 2 albums. One Christmas album and one, solo piano, atmospheric, kind of a bit jazz, maybe. also, but it was one of those few nights when you can do everything. I did everything. I even wrote it, but I think it's its first takes, all the album, and I woke up the day after and listened to it, and I cannot say it's exceptional, but it is exceptional to not go back and redo it. And you can listen to it, and I felt, this is great.
This is the story behind One Night in Umeå.
One Night in Umeå is a magical night on the piano. And I don't think I will live to be part of another evening like that, or one night like that. I felt lucky in a way, but I know I can play, of course. But you have off days and you have great days. This was definitely one of the best on the piano, so I'm just thankful.
Thank you, Rikard.
You're so welcome. A pleasure.